So basically what I have is a Raspberry Pi Model P Plus hooked up to a motor controller board, which is just a couple of quadruple H bridges to drive a couple stepper motors. These stepper motors are meant to represent the X and the Y axis for the 3D printer, just to show functionality. The software actually looks like this. I call it the PiRinter. It's got a couple areas of interest. This main center area will be a simulation of the current layer that's 3D printing, basically a trail of how the extruder nozzle is progressing and what moves it's making. And we have a panel over here which is the G-code execution. It'll show you all the G-code and what's happening as the 3D print is progressing. And then over on this side we have the heaters, one for the bed and one for the extruder. There's a couple neat little things. If you need to override the temperature, you can put a check mark in the box and it'll let you manually adjust the temperature for both the extruder and the bed. This is intended, these run on separate threads, so they actually function to pulse width modulate the heaters, keeping the temperature real precise, and you can set it based on different timings as well. We'll just get right into the meat and potatoes here. There's a couple settings. It's going to interface to allow you to configure the motors, basically set up your GPIO pins, whether it's using hex inverters, if it has a physical enable pin, whether you're using full stepping or half stepping, and also the resolution of the motor, what type of drive it's using, whether it's a belt drive or a ball screw or what have you. There's a resolution calculator also, but we'll get into that later. I basically want to give you guys a quick run through of how it actually works. So we'll pick a print to load, and I just so happen to have one right here. I have cube, and this is basically a 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter cube with a half a centimeter hole in the middle of it. You can see it's going to load up the file. It's going to parse all the G-code to make sure that there's no problems with it. You can see at the bottom here it says process 36,000 lines of G-code. So let's give it a run through. So we'll go to the settings and, or actually the print actions, and click on the start. And you can see right now it's processed a couple lines of G-code. The heaters are spinning up. It's got a progress report. It tells you what it's doing. See, it's executing a little bit more G-code. And if you can see, the bed is come to temperature already, and you can see the little check mark flashing. That's the interface turning the heater off and on to maintain a steady temperature